Welcome to another episode of Velociraptor, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we say, everything is madness, and the trolls have won. So, traditional media is dying, and isn't doing so gracefully. YouTube is a melting pot of dissenting ideas. Dissent both from the traditional narratives and from each other's ideas. The skeptic community is only using the name. The atheist community really only has the rejection of the idea of God or gods as a unifying banner. Every talk you watch on the internet or on any traditional television news site or channel must be thoroughly investigated as a matter of fact. The newspapers, long a fringe market, partake in the blood sport of flinging shit at the walls and seeing which ones stick and how long they stick. All of these things hope to sit in your mind as a reliable source, and all of them play the same filthy game. I don't know what makes me think I should jump into the cesspool and swim lengths, but it likely has everything to do with the fact that I am a sick person. When I was a child, about the age of 12, in Standard 5 or Grade 7, for the non-ancient South Africans considering this video, I was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy. My teachers had been noticing that I would blank out in class and would lose information. Instead of contemplating that it might be a medical condition, they decided that they would punish me and moan to my parents. I do not remember their names, but I hope all of them who have had the gall to treat a kid and his struggling parents that way today have the presence of mind enough to feel shame. In the medicated individual, and this might be specifically for me, temporal lobe epilepsy has the claimed side effect of hypergraphia, an intense desire to write, and obsession with religious ideas, which in my case extend to political ideas, and a difficulty with jokes. There are others, and I think I found these on Wikipedia years after I was told about them by my doctor. This stuff might have been a self-fulfilling prophecy, and yes, I am obsessed with these things. I write a lot on Facebook about political and religious ideas, criticizing and offering contrary ideas and solutions. I prefer somewhere like that or somewhere like here, as it provides a soapbox of sorts, a town square for me, a mad town crier. So, I throw my ideas into the ring. I do not consider myself to be an intellectual. I consider myself to be a pretty damn stupid person. I'm a reasonably read person, but I am a bit of a scatterbrain, and I will get bored of something I am reading if it doesn't wholly capture my attention, constantly and consistently. Most of the books I have read are storybooks. I have, for example, read the entirety of Terry Pratchett Discworld novels many, many times. And conversely, I have read once Hitchens, God is Not Great. I watch a lot of Hitchens on YouTube though, and there is very little reason for me to watch anything to do with Terry's Discworld novels on YouTube. I enjoy large helpings of debates on YouTube, often downloading them for more thorough consumption later. I enjoy the soothing voice of Noam Chomsky and his hard-hitting and difficult-to-refute opinions. As I have stated before on this channel, I enjoy the Armored Skeptic. I love his style, and what a voice he has. However, he is like me, a bit of a scatterbrain. He doesn't do much research at all. It seems there are a lot of people criticizing him, And that is as it should be. Recently, there has been a lot of criticism of rationality rules too, which is as it should be. Both these people are big boys and can and should take the criticism in their stride, acknowledge the valid points, and discard the brain-dead mockery, as this is the name of the game we are competing in, and maybe they will. Their futures do not necessarily depend on how they respond to the accusations, but the extent of their influence on future debates undoubtedly does. They are big figures and thus have large spotlights on them. They are toe-to-toe with the likes of the old media, who are dying, as stated previously. About Sargon of Akkad, he is also under major attack, but his is a special case. When he was a YouTube personality, the attacks existed, but were not as shrill. But now that he is running for office in UKIP, it seems the tone of attacks has risen to a fever pitch. He is being silenced left, right, and center. Traditional media is a joke, and so they attack comedy. Now, I am a sensitive guy. I consider some jokes to be in poor taste. They make me feel uncomfortable. For example, in the 90s, there were a lot of baby death jokes, putting babies in microwaves, etc. At that time, I felt uncomfortable with them. I laughed at some, but I did not personally like them enough to consider saying them. But I do not think now, and I did not think then, that these kinds of jokes should be silenced. Sargon made a joke about rape, and frankly, I do not like this joke. I do not find it funny, but I would never consider it my right to punish the man on his political endeavors for it. If I was British, I admit I would be voting for him. The PC rhetoric shoved down the throats of the world by old media is broken. It has been intentionally broken for the world to see its guts by the trolls of the internet. No, idiots. The OK hand signal is definitely not a dog whistle for white supremacy. And you look like wall-to-wall idiots by saying it is. No, idiots. Trump wasn't going to start World War III by accidentally pushing the big red button in the magical briefcase. You have looked like idiots for almost 4 whole years by screaming at nothing in the streets. No, idiots, just no. You are broken. The internet broke your good intentions like so many eggs, their yolk spilling out for the frying pan of memes and naked public scrutiny. And all of this, too, is how it should be. The internet is a place for ideas to be born and die as they are dissected. Only the best of the best will move on and evolve into the base for better ideas, which will also be dissected. Only the best bits moving on to the next level. This sounds like evolution because it is. It is the very idea from which we get the name meme. Memetics is the study of such a phenomena, and it is for the betterment of our species. It happens at a breakneck pace on the internet, and I cannot happen in this present climate. It cannot happen in this present climate. It cannot happen correctly, at least. Everyone seems to be talking past each other. The old media has accusations they only wish to prove and ignore facts in the pursuit of that goal. The new media is mired in controversy, sometimes pretending to be the same team, whatever that means, since no one can or should agree with each other on every point. Everyone is talking past each other, and the trolls have won. They wanted this. Communication has broken down, and everyone is obsessed with the wrong memes, the wrong ideas, because those ideas on the opposing side were taken out of context and gutted on the dissecting table. They think, prove the other side cannot be trusted, present any truth. Well, I'm not sure what to say about any of this, although I have said a lot already. I haven't really said much except for what I think I observed. What I can say is fetch yourself a glass of wine and sip it carefully while listening to every side you can. We are, all of us, in for a long ride, and it might just be that the trolls are the only people left making any real sense with the idea, set the world ablaze and watch it burn. If you have made it this far into the video, you are welcome to leave a like and or subscribe if you feel I am worthy. If not, feel free to leave a dislike. Either way, leave a comment and join the discussion, or even make a video about my video. YouTube is the kind of social media site that should have these kinds of discussions, and I hope to be challenged and surprised by your view. Have yourselves a great day, and or good night, ladies and gentlemen. And if we cross paths again, it will hopefully be a pleasant surprise. Thank you very much for joining me. Farewell.